Hey everybody, welcome to What the Flick, continuing our discussion of season 1, maybe the only season, of Turn.
Probably at this point.
Episode 5, Epiphany, Alonzo Duralde, William Bibiani, Robert Abele. Okay, they're trying something here. Like there's that opening montage under music, and I'm thinking, okay, someone's directing this thing. Someone's trying to like.
As opposed to all the other episodes.
Kind of, yeah.
Someone's
trying to sort of do something a little ambitious, but.
Yeah.
They're not only trying to justify the intelligence to the characters in the series, they're trying to justify to the audience. This is, I mean, when they all get in the boats, like, Washington wants you all to get in the boats, but he's not going to tell you why. Something special is going to happen. It's Valley Forge. It's like, and it happened because of the intelligence that Abraham Woodhull gave them.
But they completely screwed it up, I think, if you ask me.
What do you mean?
Well, here's the thing. Like, so the episode begins, and it's like, oh, it's Christmas time, 1776. Right. I went to elementary school. I remember what's happening now. So I'm getting super excited. Like, oh, we're going to get somewhere. Like, there's going to be this huge momentum in the war.
Delaware,
we're going to see George Washington. Delaware will be crossed. So they get into the boats, and it's like, oh, what are we doing? Oh, we're going to cross the Delaware. Oh, that's interesting. Why would we be doing that? And then someone gets hypothermia and sleeps through the entire thing.
True.
Yeah, that's like, did they cheap out or what? I don't know.
No, you're right. I didn't like that either. I thought I thought there was just something about that had to do with some sort of director's notion of indie filmmaking that I just was just like,
I can see why that might seem like a fun idea on paper, but this show has been sort of glacially paced when it comes to the momentum of where the espionage is to, what it's leading to, the war itself. We had a little bit of action in the first episode in particular, but since then it's been dead.
Maybe the idea is, well, this is not a show about that. That's going to be off screen. This is a show about the machinations. But no, you're right. The machinations should be more interesting.
No, and I'm realizing now that, I wasn't here for last week's discussion, but I mean, that was a better episode just because it gave you, a story for the episode about the gravestones. That, it had its push-pull, you got, and it went somewhere. I mean, it just went somewhere and it ended with something that was, both a resolution and something to keep you going when, you realize that Woodhull was like, oh, my God.
It was a real episode.
It was a real,
despite my problems with it, that's an episode of television.
Yeah.
And here, there's fun stuff in this episode. I particularly like it when Abraham tries to get his cabbages drunk.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Party time.
Cabbages.
Now, if he'd gone and poured it over the gravestones, then we could have had a modern reference. But I mean,
for his homies.
He drops a cabbage on the gravestone.
I like the fact that the long simmering, passions between him and Anna finally came out, but that was so coitus interruptus.
Oh my God. No, I love that. So he's finally about to have ravaging sex with Anna, and we're like, finally something's going to happen, and we're going to see it. And then a British officer comes in. It's like, what's all this then? I joined the army specifically to save your marriage. You should go home. And I'm like, come on, give us something, please. Oh, and I will say this though, they finally did address slavery.
I was about to say, let's talk about the slaves. The
hilarious moment where Anna goes to the British and just says, you can't free our slaves. That's so cruel to the slaves. And I'm like, hang on a second.
I have no idea how to survive out there.
Poor people.
It is the inconvenient thing about the Dunmore Proclamation was that it was actually a way for the British to free slaves, but they had to it was the idea of conscripting them exactly. Yeah. So it was kind of
wasn't as perfect as Bern Gorman made it sound.
But it makes it hard to kind of okay, see these are characters that have slaves that we're supposed to be on the side of. How do you kind of justify?
Do we buy? And I don't know. Sometimes with slavery they couch it in kind of modern terms so that it'll feel less icky to modern audiences. Right. Do we buy that even if Anna and
Abby is the slave, the female slave.
Anna and Abby, sort of grew up together and have known each other for a lifelong, that they call each other by their first name.
Yeah, see, I just...
I'm sure it happened.
Right, but it seemed like things were a little,
It seemed kind of cash. It seemed kind of like the help version of
I'm
racism.
I'm not even sure why is Abby willing to spy for Anna? I mean,
because Anna will take care of her son, which she was going to do anyway, because she owned him. And I don't know what.
Schematic. It seemed like a writer's schematic thing to make sure that we have, the slaves on the side of the Patriots, even though they were their owners. I mean, it's a little forced.
Again, I've been wanting them to address this for a long time, and the reason why is because it's a big part of what's going on, even if it wasn't necessarily what they were fighting over. And so that when you have a situation like this, where there is a very specific relationship relationship that may even defy some what we might consider now or assume to be certain boundaries, you'd have context. And you'd see like, okay, well, they're different because everyone else treats them this way, but then this builds the relationship because Anna and Abby are on a first name basis, and she's nicer to her slaves, maybe, who knows?
And Heather Lynn's a good enough actress to convey through Anna that there is like sadness in her that this person that she does actually probably love is being taken away from her. So I mean,
and I really love that Abby took her to task for that. She was like, I'm as powerless as you. Really? They're taking your property. Are they taking you? Like, that was good. That was a good moment. Thank you for
There needs
that.
to be more calling of bullshit in general on this subject, but. Yeah, I don't know. I kind of felt like, again, there was a real sort of effort to make things a little more cinematic in a way. Like I said, that whole sort of opening thing with the songs and the what's going on and the nailing the thing to the door. But then at the same time, it's kind of, it's still, everything is lit in that really kind of flat, like history film you watch in class way.
I'm getting to the point where I'm sort of accepting that that's just the way the show looks.
I mean, it's like, I just think, when you look at a movie like Django Unchained or something, where they're really dealing with the fact that everything is lit by the sun or candles, and that affects what rooms look like. And there were different.
There's plenty of candle lighting. In fact, one of my problems with the show is that things are frankly so dark. I mean, when Abraham Woodhull and Anna Strong are having a conversation and they're in total darkness, and you're like, okay, total darkness, yeah, for the time period. But like, I'm sorry, it's a TV show. Can we just see their faces? These are actors. I want to see the expressions on their faces when they're saying these things, and I think you're allowed that as a TV show.
No, you're right. But I think what we get though is two choices: either pitch black, where you can't make anything,
just can't see anything,
or this sort of kind of general, the kind of lighting that looks like no one lit it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It doesn't look intentional. It just looks like, well, we showed up and turned the camera on.
Yeah.
And so
Dogma 1776.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm so trying to be on the show's side.
You don't have to. You know this, right?
I don't want people
Look,
to
we
think.
all love the idea of
I don't
this show.
think we started watching the show just to shit on it. I think we all went in with enthusiasm.
We were excited. We think this is a good idea for a show, and it still is a good idea for a show.
But
they're dropping the ball so much.
Are we the only people talking about it?
I think we might actually.
Is anyone even watching this?
There's like crickets on YouTube right now. Let's see. We are. Thank you. Thank you for that. Thank you. We're the only people who care.
If they put on a show about the American Revolution and no one watches it, doesn't make a sound.
And was there really an American Revolution? Maybe that's the message we have to take from this. There wasn't one at all. I just want to say before we go that I wanted to rename this episode "A Cabbage for Another Christmas."
There we go.
Thank you.
Nice.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
I will give them points for not overdoing the Christmas thing because late 18th century Christmas is not what we think of as Christmas now.
Right.
Right?
Late 17th.
Sorry.
No,
18th
no,
century.
yeah, you're right. Sorry,
That's the thing that evolved over the years, and so they didn't, they didn't go bananas. So
Nobody in red suit. Ho ho ho.
Here's your Coca-Cola, son.
Nobody came in on a Norelco or anything.
Yeah.
So points for that. All right, we will be back next week. Will you? I don't know, but we're sticking this out. Thank you.
There's something to work with, turn.